Hello everybody, this is HyperSonic. Welcome back to Sonic CD. We're going to play the extras this game has to offer in the time attack, but there is going to be a catch to this. Because I got a request from somebody to play this game with Sonic CD2 music, and the best way for me to incorporate it into this video is to mute the game's music. But hey, we got some good music here. Alright, this sounds like a fucking party here. Okay. So yeah, these are all the stages this game has to offer. This should take me about 30 minutes to do. So, oh yeah, one more thing before we get started. The third stage, the last stage in all of these is always a bad future. And I want to show off the good future themes that I made for Sonic CD2 as of now, which it's still 43 songs in the entire soundtrack in total. I only made like 8 or 9 good future songs. So I want to show you guys some of the good futures and bad future songs. So for the third level, I'm going to go to the level selector and play on the good future. That way we're playing the good future and having corresponding music with it. Alright, but let's get started with the Sonic CD speedrun. So here goes Palm Tree Panic. Palm Tree Panic, if you guys don't know, was an inspiration for Beautiful Beach. Hold up. Oh, I didn't turn down the music, that's what. Alright. God, this game feels lifeless without the music, but you guys are hearing the music that I made for Beautiful Beach. Alright, what I think about Beautiful Beach, it wasn't a bad song. It was definitely the first of the Sonic CD songs I ever made. It was definitely the first of them, and before I called it Beautiful Beach, I called it Tropical Beach in the Summers. I was not intending it to be Sonic CD related. I thought it'd be kind of cool to do like what, good future, bad future, past, present, and I only did it for that one, or only Tropical Beach. But then later I made a song called Floating Forest Good Future, because I wanted to do a Sonic CD2 soundtrack in March. But before then, I wasn't really that much of, I didn't really have any thoughts about it until March, when I made Floating Forest Good Future. And you know, once we get to Collision Chaos, I'll tell you about the Floating Forest situation. Let's talk about Beautiful Beach. I feel like I'm about to sneeze. Alright. It wasn't a bad song I made though, but it was one of the first songs I made in Music Maker Jam. Alright, there is currently no music for Invincibility, so I'll just play a random song I know from LMS for Invincibility. I haven't made an Invincibility song yet. I haven't made a Speed Shoes song yet. I did make a Time Attack song, 2 of them. For a special stage time attack and a normal stage time attack. Alright. Well, this is where it all started. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, I did make box music for Sonic CD2, albeit it was more of a remix of my favorites in the soundtrack at the time. Alright, now we can go on to Floating Forest. Yeah, Tropical Beach / Beautiful Beach, it was the beginning of it all. I was not intending a Sonic CD2 soundtrack when I first made Beautiful Beach back a year ago. Yeah, the first Beautiful Beach song existed a year ago. In fact, all time zones of Beautiful Beach existed a year ago. Except for the remake of the Bad Future song. Because the original Bad Future song was terrible. And I made 2 of them. Oh yeah, the spikes are removed because Amy is not in the time attack. She's only in the main story, not in the time attack. So that's good. So yeah, we're playing this as if we're playing it with Tails. Because Tails doesn't have those spikes with Collision Chaos. Okay. But yeah, Floating Forest. I inspired Floating Forest off of the American versions of Quartz Quadrant. And the look of Floating Forest is inspired from Collision Chaos, because if you look closely at the background over here, you can see that Collision Chaos is built by a forest, and it even shows it on the little planet, thing. If you find Collision Chaos, you'll see it's right by a forest. So I thought that was awesome. Yeah, that's the inspiration for Floating Forest, Collision Chaos. I mean, not every stage in Sonic CD 2 is fucking soundtrack, because I'm not making a game. I can't make a Sonic CD 2. I can make music, but I cannot make a game. Even though I do know some programming, I don't know how to actually program a game. All I know is how to program text. That's all. Which is really like the easiest thing you can do. This is when I had the feeling of doing a Sonic CD 2 soundtrack. So I called it Floating Forest Good Future. I tried to get like an alliteration with an F, and I think it was going to be Floating Fortress. Yeah, it was about to be a fortress before. It was going to be like a fucking floating forest type fortress in the sky, which was actually one of the thumbnails. I think it was for the Past song. It's not bad though. But yeah, so when it comes to like the order of making the music, back a year ago in September, I made Beautiful Beach Present, then the Good Future, then the Past, then the Bad Future, I believe. No, it wasn't. It was Present. I think the order was Present, Past, Bad Future, Good Future. I think I made the Good Future or the Past song last. Yeah, it was like Past, Bad Future, or Present, Bad Future, Good Future. Yeah, I was like present. I'm so busy focused on talking I can't even play the game. Yeah, it was present. It was like present, bad future, good future, past. And then when it came to Floating Fortress, it was good future, past, present, bad future. And I tried so hard with the Good Future song. I tried so hard to make it. And like, cause like before, like in March, I had a feeling like, you know what, I should probably make a Sonic CD 2 soundtrack. I think I decided to do a Sonic CD 2 soundtrack after I uploaded the first Floating Forest song, the Floating Forest Good Future, because some people were like, hey, you should probably make a Sonic CD 2 soundtrack out of that. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Of course, I'm still doing it. I'm just taking a break. And like, I thought the Sonic CD 2 soundtrack would come out this year, but considering how I have a new music studio that is much more complex and allows me to get much more creative, it's not going to be coming out anytime this year or next year. It's probably going to come out in like the next few years, probably. How about we, Alright, how about we go to the, extras over here and select, Collision Chaos Good Feature, because it corresponds with Floating Forest Good Future. I thought Floating Forest Good Future was the best of the Floating Forest songs. My favorite out of the Beautiful Beach songs was the Present theme. And then we're going to be going to Tidal Tempest, which would be Aquatic Aquarium. I think that was the final. I think I changed it. I think it changed it to Ambient Aquarium because the music was kind of ambient, you know. And my favorite in that one would probably be the present or the bad future of Ambient Aquarium. I liked it so much. Did I really just do that in 24 seconds flat? Jesus Christ. Awesome Time Attack music I made. Oh, here we go. Ambient Aquarium. I tried really hard with the Present theme. It's usually people's most favorite songs, like one of their most favorite songs in the soundtrack. I think, in general, people's favorite songs tend to be Beautiful Beach Present, Beautiful Beach Bad Future. Well, actually, Beautiful Beach in all timelines. People said they like that a lot. Floating Forest, Present, Good Future, Ambient Aquarium, all time zones. Well, I think the ones that people liked the most was the Present thing, because that one was like really awesome. My favorite was the Present and Bad Future theme one. For Crystal Caves, it was the Present theme and the Good Future theme of Crystal Caves. And I love Crystal Caves music. Well, only get a Present and Good Future, because they're actually my favorite songs in the Sonic CD 2 soundtrack. Specifically, Crystal Caves Good Future. And it used to be my most favorite song that I made myself. But now Desert Dazzle Present US is actually the best song that I've made in my opinion. It was my first LMS song. And the song, it wasn't intended for desert vibes. It definitely was not. It was meant for a happy vibe, really. And I was just testing out some new things with that because I had to watch instructional videos on how to use LMMS because it's really complicated compared to Music Maker Jam. You know, like, I'm still trying to learn. Of course, my music does come out as very simple. You know, it's not as, it wasn't as complex as Music Maker Jam, which was literally assorting samples together. And, you know, Music Maker Jam drained the hell out of my money compared to LMMS. LMMS, or Linux Music Maker Studio, it is completely free. It is like FL Studio, but free. Of course, FL Studio has a little bit more things than Linux Music Maker Studio, but pretty much almost in general it's the same thing, except you know, LMS is free. Exporting music on it is free. It's just that FL Studio is more compatible with some more things, I think. Like, for example, Relic Ruins, the Japanese versions of Relic Ruins were composed in FL Studio by this one guy named Jalix777. He made them in FL Studio, or he just rearranged them, I don't know. I don't know if Sega made them or if he made them. And according to his description, he made it himself, so... You know, I put that in my description just in case somebody tries to fucking accuse me of some shit. Yeah. Well, speaking of the Japanese version of Relic Ruins, my favorite of them has to be the Good Future. And when it came to Desert Dazzle US, my favorite was the Present and the Good Future. I didn't really like the Bad Future that much. It's so weird, like, Desert Dazzle US was so simplistic, but you guys really enjoyed the Bad Future and Good Future. I know you guys were not expecting the Present theme to sound so 8-bit, but I like the Present theme. In fact, yesterday, I actually, wait, what did he say? I rearranged the Desert Dazzle Present US twice yesterday. So there's like an updated version of the original one, and then there's a version 2, which is completely arranged. Different parts of the songs are different now, like the entire song is different, but kind of the same instruments and all. And I kind of got rid of one of the instruments that I use. Yeah, it was really awesome. So yeah, I can play. I don't know if I'm gonna upload the updated version of the first Desert Dazzle US or the second version of Desert Dazzle US present. Okay, Desert Dazzle present US version 2. This is great level design. Dude, Sonic can run over one block. Dude, he can run over one block. Make it 3. No, he can run over 3 as well, but really, dude, one block? Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know if I should keep the original version of Desert Dazzle present on my SoundCloud. I think I should just keep the I should keep the original version and then like do a V2, V3 kind of thing. I don't know. Desert Dazzle present US extended is still the original V1 that I made back in July, so the first version isn't really lost. But I feel like I should fix that situation on SoundCloud. I should upload a V2 and a V3. Instead of just randomly changing the first one. I don't know, the first one, when I rearranged it, it wasn't that much different. It really wasn't that much different. So I guess I can keep it like that. There goes Ambient Aquarium. Alright, now on to Crystal Caves, which was the height of the Sonic CD2 soundtrack for me, especially Crystal Caves Good Feature, which we are definitely going to do. Okay. This game sounds so empty without music. I'm just editing in music for you guys to listen to, but for me, I'm playing this without music. Okay, at least you don't have to hear the same. Sometimes the music, when you hear it at the same time, you just kind of get tired of it for a while. And you want to listen to something else for some time. It happens to me with some of my most favorite songs all the time. Even Wacky Workbench Good Feature US. Sometimes I feel like I have to take a few days off or a few weeks off from listening to it. But yeah, I still have the same amount of love of it that I had when I first heard it. I still love it a lot. But I should probably, like, you know, listen to it in moderation, not all the goddamn time. I don't listen to it all the goddamn time, really, anymore. I try listening to more stuff like Desert Dazzle Present US. What else? That's pretty much it. I'm not gonna say that Desert Dazzle Present US is my most favorite song of all time. It definitely isn't. It's definitely not my most favorite song of all time. Definitely not. But it's one of my most favorite. It's definitely my favorite song that I made. Okay. Alright, now on to the production of Crystal Caves music. The first one I made was a Good Feature. And if you guys haven't noticed, the Good Feature and Present theme are pretty damn similar. The Good Feature theme is actually a bit faster. It uses the same instruments pretty much. But the Good Feature theme is a little bit faster. It is a little bit longer than the Present theme. And it isn't as mechanical as the Present theme. If you haven't noticed, the Present theme of Crystal Caves was a bit mechanic at one part of the song, and the Bad Feature, it was like completely mechanic or something like that. The past, it did play a little bit of the Present song. In fact, it's the only past theme in a Sonic CD2 soundtrack to have vocals in it. I wonder if I could change that. Alright, there goes Crystal Caves, and we're going to go to the Good Feature Crystal Caves, so I'll see you later. Alright, Crystal Caves Good Feature over here. My favorite song in a Sonic CD2 soundtrack. So, the boss. Everybody really likes this boss. I can kind of see why, but this boss is just a lot of waiting. This boss fight is a minute long, so it is impossible to finish the stage in under a minute. It's impossible. You can't skip this boss. But all you're just waiting for is for Eggman to grind his machine down, which, looking at the speed of this escalator, or not escalator, but conveyor belt, it's not running fast enough to chip it down. The only way this thing is probably chipping down is because the metal is so malleable or something, you know? The metal isn't that strong. Because look at the speed of this conveyor belt, it isn't that fast to grind it in like a minute's time, alright? It's grinding it all the way down in a minute's time, alright? Do you know how weak the metal has to be in order to like grind all the way down that quickly? And then look at the way how his machine was made. It was made like that because every time it drops down, the thing in the machine drops down too. I don't know if that's intentional for Eggman's design of that machine, but the little poles on it are falling down too. It's as if he can move it up and down those poles, which I don't think that's part of the design of that machine, but that's what it looks like. Alright. Here we go, wonderful workbench. It's obviously a blatant and pretty obvious and shameless ripoff of Wacky Workbench. Pretty obvious. But the music here in Wonderful Workbench Present is actually a remix of one of my earliest songs. In fact, it's a remix of my second song, Wacky Workbench Present Japanese Dubstep. Yeah, Wacky Workbench Japanese Dubstep mix. That was my second song ever made in Music Maker 2. My first one was You Can Do It, You Can Do It, which was blatantly a copy of one of the demo songs. I was so young back then. Yeah, I've gotten so much better. It's like really hard for me to actually get original notes for music. Okay, my recording got cut off right there. So I don't know what I was saying, but yeah. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. But way back when, 2 years ago, I was actually playing through the entire game on the Japanese soundtrack. And you guessed it, I played Wacky Workbench Good Feature on the Japanese soundtrack. And I was literally this close to finding my most favorite song of all time. The US version of Wacky Workbench Good Feature. And the first time I listened to it was on October 22nd, 2017. At around 6:43 p.m. or something like that. That was the first time I ever listened to it, the entirety of it. Because back then, 2 years ago, sometimes I would complain about the US soundtrack whilst, like, you know, I complain about the US soundtrack all the time back when I was younger. And one time, I went through the entire DA Garden on the US soundtrack and played 1 second of every song in it. And bitched and complained about it. Like, the only song in the US soundtrack I liked at the time back then was, what was it? Sonic Boom and Wacky Workbench Bad Future US. Yes, Wacky Workbench Bad Future US. I think that was a hit with me back in early October. Like, you know, the US version of Wacky Workbench, they had some sort of respect to me. But really, the only one that actually had respect to me at the time was the Bad Feature US. And then I got extreme respect for the Good Feature US. And then I finally got around to listening to the US version of Wacky Workbench Present. Well, actually, no. I don't know. That's not how it went, was it? I'm not sure. I didn't really care too much for it. I didn't really think much about it. Until after I listened to the US Good Feature of Wacky Workbench, I started to care about it. In fact, I used to prefer all 3 versions of Wacky Workbench in the United States soundtrack, and now the only one I actually like read in the Japanese version is the Good Future US, which still holds up to be a Michael Schur song of all time. It's really, that song was really important in helping me getting over depression and, you know, the hardest parts of my life. That's awesome. Yeah, I did listen to the other two Workbench US's, and the Bad Future was one I actually liked. It was like the only song in the US soundtrack, other than Sonic Boom, that I liked. So that's really interesting. Really, really interesting. Yeah, sometimes you have to hit him twice. It's stupid. It's because I was too fast on hitting him. But yeah, that's really awesome, though. Of course, I don't really care too much for the other US versions of Wacky Workbench. The Bad Future US, I don't really hate it, but I don't really like it too much. The present US, I kind of do like it. I love it and I hate it at the same time. I like how it sounds. I kind of like how it sounds, but it's overrated to the Japanese version. You know, it's like really overrated compared to the Japanese version. And I just lost love for it because of that. But yeah, mechanical music used to be my most favorite music. Now the only one that I actually like is Wacky Workbench Good Future, which is pretty weird. Okay. Here we go. In Urban Utopia. Another alliteration I came up with. Yeah, that's my history on Wacky Workbench Good Future US. I should have been talking about Wonderful Workbench because the video got cut off somewhere, and I think I was talking about Wonderful Workbench's music. So the Japanese present dubstep song that I made, that was my second Music Maker Jam song. And the Good Future US remix of Wacky Workbench Good Future US, that was my third song. And both of them are similar to their counterparts in Sonic CD 2. Of course, there is a difference with the present. I actually added the second half to a song, which was similar to the past of Wonderful Workbench, which was it was really industrial. That was the whole entire point. The point of Wonderful Workbench Past is that it was supposed to be, what was it? It was supposed to be, I forgot what to call it. It was supposed to be a little bit, you know, not energetic at the beginning. It wasn't supposed to be upbeat at the beginning, but as time went on, it got more upbeat and much more energetic. That was the entire point of the song. Alright, here we go to Urban Utopia's music. Now, Urban Utopia Present is actually similar to another song I made in Music Maker Jam, yeah. There's a song I made in Music Maker Jam called New York City at Night. And Urban Utopia Present is actually a remix of that song. Yeah. Urban Utopia Good Future, what seems to be some of you guys' favorite song in the Sonic CD2 soundtrack, is supposed to be sort of like a remix of Stardust Speedway Good Future US, out of all songs. That one. And you know, one thing I just noticed about this game is that there aren't any bombless pits, except for the one in Metallic Madness Zone 3. And apparently, somewhere in Stardust Speedway Zone 1, there is a bombless pit. I don't know where it is, but apparently there actually is a bombless pit in Stardust Speedway Zone 1. Well, that's awesome. Okay. Yeah, this is really awesome. But yeah, in Urban Utopia, I tried to give it some lyrics. The only ones that didn't have any lyrics was the Good Future and the Past. Okay. I gave it some lyrics in the present song. The Bad Future, yeah, that one was kind of a mess, but I'm glad you guys liked it. And speaking of the Bad Future, we're actually gonna play in the Good Future right here. Okay. we're gonna play the good feature because the bad feature is the Metal Sonic Race song with code. And then after Urban Utopia, you know, Star Freeway is like, you know, urban. It's like the most urban place in this game, as far as I know. And, you know, it's sort of a utopia and a good future, which is awesome. Alright. Oh, that was good. Yeah, you can't do shit to me, bro. Okay, maybe you can. There he goes, boosting through this stage again. Oh no, this is the last stretch. And I still beat him. Whoa, what the heck? Did you just see what Sonic just did right there? Whoa! That's weird. I don't think I have a Zone Clear song for Sonic City 2. That's actually quite interesting. Counterpart to Metallic Madness. I called it Metallic Mayhem, but the only song I composed for it as of now was a bad feature, which you guys expressed how much you liked. I thought I liked it as well. I thought it was a good song. I bought the Dark Story soundtrack pieces, and I rearranged them. There we go. I rearranged them into that. It's kind of like a shameless remix of the demo song. Of course, I couldn't make it sound exactly like it for some odd reason. So, since there's no song composed for this, I guess I'll just play a random song. I guess I'll play the second version of Desert Dazzle Present that I made yesterday. Okay. Oh man, everybody hates this one. I mean, it's a final stage, so it makes sense for it to have this type of level design, so I can't really get too mad. I don't know how that works. I don't know how to fuck a floating piece of metal there just breaks instantly. Oh, well, that was close. Almost got crushed. Ah, fuck. Oh my. What? Alright, is there much I can really say about this? Because I didn't compose anything. I did compose Icy Isles, which is really good dubstep. Really good dubstep. It's the first out of... Okay, that's weird. It is the first of the actual original levels for Sonic City 2. Of course, the only levels I'm planning on. I'm only planning on 10 levels for Sonic City 2. That's the only thing I'm planning. hate this part. It's so... Jesus Christ. Like, seriously, what's the point of that? Why would you put that there? God. Okay, there we go. Okay. Don't you dare crush me. No game over here. Oh, that would have been a game over. You know, let's actually play the actual stage on the bad feature. Nah, that would be terrible. That would have been a game over though. Who knows? I might edit in the game over music from Sonic City 2. You guys seem to like it. It was literally one sample. Alright, do I really want to do this boss? This boss takes forever. I didn't compose the final boss song, so I guess we're gonna keep the same song that's been... Oh my god. It's so hard to get that first set, really. Oh my. Ah, shit. There we go. I actually like this game's bosses, though. They're really awesome. Okay. We're almost done with it. Sonic City with the Sonic City 2 soundtrack. There we go. Now, for the next episode, we're going to be going through the special stages in Time Attack. Probably, I don't know. If you guys want that, then let me know. Let me know in the comment section if you guys want to see me do that shit. Or just fucking vote right there in the eye in the top. That is if I'm actually letting you guys vote. I have to remember to put that there in this video. Okay, but that is it for Sonic CD with the Sonic CD 2 soundtrack. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I have a much better total time. Now it's 23:40 seconds. That's awesome. Okay. Back to the US soundtrack. There we go. Alright, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode of Sonic CD. Goodbye, everybody.
Is that a man riding a shrimp? Man riding a shrimp!